Did you guys know that literally everything is racist? Think of something right now. It could be anything. I promise you it's racist. I thought of slavery. Okay, that actually might be racist. But let's get into it, guys. Everything is racist. Let's hear how ridiculous some of this stuff is.
Forced diversity. Forced diversity. This is forced. An all-white cast. The black friend that we added just for you. Take our breadcrumbs, black people.
Wow, this chick took a white sitcom and is complaining that there's white people in it. This is like me saying that Everybody Hates Chris has too many black people in it. Wow, look, an all-black cast with a token white teacher who is racist to make white people look bad.
But Rosetta, they're a family. Of course they're all gonna be the same race.
Yeah, that's a good point. For some reason here in America, we just have sitcoms that were divided by race for some reason. You had your white sitcoms, your black sitcoms, even your Jewish sitcoms. Are we really going to be complaining about racism and diversity in television when black people have an entire TV channel called Black Entertainment Television? I also love the fact that she had to add in the top right corner, before y'all say anything, I am native and black, because she knows black people are going to see her and not think she's black.
These shows are also very old. Like, nobody is looking at sitcoms from the 90s, and if they have a job, deciding to go on TikTok and decide to make an outrage over the fact that in some of these sitcoms, there were racial stereotypes portrayed, or that, white people were overrepresented or something. It's like...
enough.
An all-white cast. Mandatory singular black person. Are you happy, black people? You're included.
To be fair, it's a vampire movie, and I'm pretty sure vampires originated from the Balkans or something.
Yeah.
One of the characteristics of vampire, notoriously, is very, very pale skin.
It's actually hilarious when people are complaining about forced diversity, because it's like people who look like this and who talk like this, making TikToks like this, are the same reason they added shit like this in the movies to begin with, right? Like, if this it's never enough. Like, it's truly never enough, right? It's like, we need representation. But when you get representation, it's considered forced diversity, and they're upset. They're like, oh my God, like, you're really just including this to be a token black person, and you're only, like, this is not enough, whatever. Like, yeah, you're only doing this because we asked for it. It's like, well, what the fuck did you want? You asked for it and you got it, but now you're mad that they're doing what you asked for! It makes no sense, and these people will be perpetually upset over complete nothings.
If anything, the black guy shouldn't even be here, but here he is. This would be like asking for racial diversity. Like, why is there not enough white people in shea butter commercials? Shea butter, I don't care how you say it. Have you ever noticed that it's only black people in these commercials? Yeah, because only black people use this product for the most part. In fact, I found out that a shea butter company reached out to white women in a hair product ad, and black people protested over this.
Oh.
Just like how I'm pretty sure Twilight takes place in a isolated town in the middle of nowhere of Washington State. Go to the middle of nowhere of Washington State and tell me how many black people you see.
And it's not just black
people.
Dude,
it's Twilight too. Like, I think that's a white people thing. Okay, vampires and horror movies and, like, you know, Resident Evil 4, which I have back here, that's a white person thing, okay? That sort of stuff, murder mysteries, I feel like it's kind of for white people. Like, black people in horror movies are the ones who are like, oh, hell no, I'm out of here. Like, that's the whole meme, okay? And it's like, listen, obviously people can do all sorts of things, and, you know, don't feel like you're not allowed to be involved depending on, like, the representation that a group currently has in something, right? Like, I'm sure, like, there's not that many white people going to Japan and training to be a monk or a samurai, okay? Just because there's not a lot of them doesn't mean you should, you know, try it out if that's what you want to do. But simultaneously, stop complaining about shit that is really, like, not gonna affect the way your life goes at all.
This. Here you go, mandatory person of color who follows a myriad of stereotypes. That is forced.
Dog.
You got an Indian guy! Like, holy fuck. I guess, listen, I know his name is Baljit, okay? I get it. It's a little on the nose. It's an Indian kid named Baljit, and he has the accent, whatever. But it's like, again, if you made him not have the accent and you gave him a name like Christopher, then you would go ahead and complain that it's being whitewashed. So you can either have something that is based on stereotypes, stereotypes, which all that means is that it's a person who has ties to a group identity that have displayable characteristics like an accent or a name. Or you can have him become a totally like Americanized person, and you can say that that's like cultural erasure. So with people like this, there's just no winning. So if you're playing a game you can't win, then you're an idiot. So don't play it, right? Like, yeah, like that's mainly my point.
We are
like don't play into these like people's demands. That's what I'm saying. If you are a creator of something and you've thought about like trying to be like inclusive and stuff like that, do it in the way that feels right for you. Do not do it in the way that these people are telling you to, because the way that they tell you to do it is the way that they also will complain about, it's the way that they'll complain if you do it. So there's no winning.
not going to talk about how Phineas and Ferb is racist. This has got to be the least racist cartoon out there. Calling Baljeet a mandatory person of color when there's a Hispanic, a Japanese, I'm pretty sure Doofenshmirtz is Jewish, and they even have a fat guy. And then they reinforce the Indian character with positive stereotypes that Indian Americans can relate to, and you're then calling it racist. Like, oh my God, Baljeet is good at math. Man, put the right...
This logic only is telling people, like, who are white, that they should only add white people to their shows. You know what I'm saying? If you're given these characters who are representatives of different cultures and backgrounds, and then when you're given that, all you do is complain, people are going to just try to stop pandering to you. Because if upon being pandered to, you still bitch and moan, we're just not going to do that, you know? Like, we try to do something nice and you complain.
Head on a spike, like...
A disingenuine representation. No, representation. A caricature of a person of color who only serves to support the main white characters. Adding a plus-size character is not forced diversity. Having a
Who is this baddie? All baddies on the screen.
diverse cast is not forced diversity. You just don't want to see people of color, plus-size people, autistic people in the spotlight.
Okay, she snuck autistic people in there. I've
True.
never heard anybody really complain about autism awareness in...
Yeah, well, you want to talk about autism, like, there's literally Ferb. That Ferb might, like, I mean, to be honest, I don't know if Ferb is autistic or if he's only quiet because Phineas diddled him, but regardless, that's besides the point. He probably is.
TV.
Or if he's not autistic, that makes him a trauma survivor of incest, so I think that he definitely would tick a lot of marginalized boxes.
shows in video games. In fact, I think a lot of people don't care about diversity in their TV shows as long as it just makes sense and isn't poorly written. Like, people
Right.
can tell the difference between a properly written character and a character that's like, hey guys, I'm fat, black, and gay.
Yeah.
You guys like me because...
You know what's funny too is the characters they complain about being token minorities are also the most well-written characters. The people that are added actually just to appease these crowds are like literally just fat, black, and have no personality other than being those things. They're literally reduced to labels. Whereas like you take Baljeet, no one's even thinking like, oh, that guy's like, oh, he's just like an Indian character. He's like actually somebody who has a lot of dialogue and a character arc.
I'm fat,
Also, this animation style is cancer.
black, and gay. Hopefully this will attract a fat, black, and gay audience to our media. And then
Yeah.
when they made their target audience 0.02% of the world's population and then wonder why their media flopped, they then claim it was due to racism.
That's
In
hilarious.
today's video, we're going to be talking about those people that are way too quick to jump to racism. Either it's just their way of engagement farming, or they genuinely do believe that everything out there is racist and out to get them. Or they're just those people that for some reason are always just thinking and comparing race. But before we get into the meat of this video, I want to give a shout out to today's sponsor.
Ibs. You cannot complain about Doofenshmirtz being Jewish and then run a sponsor on it. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's goated though.
Back to the video. So which one do we talk about first? Sydney Sweeney's ad campaign, or the fact that some people were saying that the term obese is racist? The
Oh,
term
dude, that's
obese
awesome.
is a slur, violent, dehumanizing, it's anti-black.
Dude, this is so funny. Like, if you wanted to have motion in 2020, this is the kind of stuff you had to tweet. The term obese is a slur, it's violent, it's dehumanizing, and it's anti-black. Okay, so let me try to get obese in my vocabulary some more, because I didn't know it packed this much of a punch. No, but jokes aside, obese is not a slur, it's a medical term. It's not violent because it's a medical term. It's not dehumanizing because it's a word that describes something that a person can only be if they're alive. And it's not anti-black because anyone can be obese. I just debunked your retarded tweet in about 5 seconds. Now, it didn't have to be debunked. I think anybody who, even before reading your tweet, looked at your AI-generated profile picture would probably determine that you're not worth listening to. But yeah, go back to listening to like Baby No Money or something.
Honey, this is a medical term for extremely overweight. I can understand the top 3 because that's what every fat acceptance person says,
Yeah.
but anti-black?
The thing is too, it's like, let's say you have a problem with people using the word obese, like even as like a descriptor, not even like, oh, you're obese, like LOL. It's like, no, you're obese, and so you should get help. If you have a problem with the use of the word, regardless of context, it's like, what are you going to do about it? Actually, what are you going to do about it? Because maybe you can try to cancel celebrities on Twitter, but realistically, in order to stop people from using words that they like using, you have to make it so that there's either an incentive or a threat, positive or a negative incentive. There's something good for them if they don't say it, or there's something bad for them if they do say it. Neither of which exists, so I'm going to just keep saying it. Like, people don't say the N-word in public, like, as white people, because they're afraid of getting beat up. And for, you know, whatever you want to say, it works. Like, I'm not saying the N-word, I'm saying the N-word, right? When I'm referring to it. That's a negative incentive. Now, I don't think people should be afraid of getting beat up based on what they say, but the people who don't want me to say it, I mean, they've certainly done a good job at you know, making me not say it, because there is a negative incentive there. And there's just none of that for obese. Like, what is an obese person going to do if I say it? Sit on me? You're going to sit on me? Are you going to suffocate me? I doubt it, right? You can't even fucking move. So I'm not afraid of you. You know, it's the same thing with, like, respectfully, you know, I'm using this as an example, the word retarded. Like, if I say the word retarded, they're like, what am I going to get chased by a pack of them? Like, they're going to chase me down the street or something? Like, it's not going to happen, right? Make me one of them? No.
Is obese a monster that's going around and like dehumanizing and attacking black people? For some reason though, black women are always like so big. Like, yeah, there's fat people in other races and not all black people are fat, but man, these black women, every time I see a video of them on Twitter or something, they're always this big. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with racism though. Maybe it's just a coincidence that black women are making poor food choices. I mean, this is the same group of people that like to make fun of white people for their food and claim that they got the best food in the world. And it's like, well, maybe you've just been eating too much of that. This is an administrative assistant to a CEO position. Must be in good physical condition, able to run 3 to 5 miles at a 12 to 13 minute pace. While I do think that's a weird requirement for an administrative assistant to a CEO, and obviously this guy is fishing for some kind of fit chick, what does this have to do with black people? After all, somebody quote tweeted this saying the things people are coming up with to avoid hiring fat black people is incredible. Fat people? Yes, they are obviously trying to avoid hiring a fat person. Black people? I thought black people were supposed to be the more athletic race.
When people talk about black women being obese, I hate it, because it becomes a way to blame us for a set of conditions that we didn't create. We are living.
What, the conditions of the food on your plate? Like, that doesn't make sense. I actually don't understand. This is being said, I think, 1,000 times and maybe 100 times on this channel. But the reality of weight loss is very simple, okay? It's calories in, calories out. If you eat at a calorie deficit, you will lose weight. If you eat at a calorie surplus, you will gain weight. If you eat at your maintenance calories, you will maintain the same weight, right? And then obviously there are other factors, like if you're on certain medications or you drink a lot of alcohol, that can affect it as well. But the reality is, at the end of the day, if you eat a lot of food, you will get fat. And that doesn't have anything to do with racism or situations that came before you, like Jim Crow laws or slavery. It comes to the simple fact that you are choosing to eat either too much or shitty quality food like McDonald's, high calorie food. And I don't have a problem with you doing that. I have a problem with you doing that and then making that my problem, blaming me for the choice that you made of lifting the food into your mouth, okay? That's what I have an issue with. When you turn around and you say, well, you know, this is your problem. No, it fucking isn't. That's the issue. Have some accountability.
In the Trump era.
Trump created fat black women now.
And look, those policies kill our people. And what?
Dude, it's anything like the lack of accountability here is just insane. Like and this is like not the only person. I hear this a lot of the time. Like the first tweet we saw was from a black woman, and it's like, why does it have to be the fact that it's never your fault? It's never your responsibility. It's always somebody else's fault. Have some accountability, and you'll see how far it takes you. When you start blaming your problems on yourself, you'll realize that you can fix them a lot easier.
Public health practitioners think is that our stress responses in the body change our metabolism. It's literally that.
She's talking about how it's not her fault that she's fat and it somehow has to do with racism while showing skinny black women.
The racism that you're experiencing.
Dude, oh my God. Like, imagine a homeless person. Like, I think at least homeless people have some realization that they're there because of a choice they made. Like usually we're talking about high rates of substance abuse. If I was a homeless person and I was sitting there thinking that I'm homeless because of somebody else, and I'd be homeless forever. But if I was homeless and I realized that the reason I'm here is because every day I walk 5 miles to get a fix of heroin, then I would eventually realize that I am the problem and and I would hopefully stop because I realized that the only thing changing, or the only thing that has to be changed, is that decision.
The struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Or maybe you're not eating the same diet. Like, I'm trying my hardest not to be racist here, but like, black women like this brag about their soul food and how good it is, even though it's unhealthy as fuck and is full of trans fats.
The thing is, that's funny, trans fats. The thing about this is like, yeah, it tastes good. Like the problem is it tastes too good, right? That's the issue here, is like, no one is sitting here saying that black people don't have great food. That's never been the argument, I feel like. Like, I am the first person to acknowledge things that certain groups do well. And I think black people have great food. I think most major cultures have pretty good cuisine to offer. And, you know, soul food is excellent, okay? Like this right here, I would demolish this. Like, you got some fried chicken, some mac and cheese, you know, is cornbread, I would demolish this, right? And the issue is that you can't have this every day, and it doesn't ultimately look like this combined with a sedentary lifestyle is going to make it so that you're living well.
Fucking fried food. And then they also brag about how much sugar they put in their Kool-Aid and tea.
Black people do not fuck with no unsweet tea.
I don't think you have the same diet. Like, yeah, your stress hormones might affect your body weight and maybe even your eating habits, but I don't think you're eating the same thing, say, as just a regular skinny person. We don't even have to bring race into this, because that's the point of this video, is that not everything is about race. This is a fat versus skinny and diet issue. This has nothing to do with race. And the video proves itself because she's literally like the only fat black person in this video. The rest of them are skinny. So if they can maintain their weight while being black in America, surely you can as well. Anyways, let's move on to the Sydney Sweeney thing, which I know this is kind of old news, but coincidentally here is a fat black woman that is upset about it. Anyways, people are upset because Sydney Sweeney has blonde hair and blue eyes, and is talking about wordplay with genes and genetics. People are trying to connect this with Nazism and
the thing about Sydney Sweeney having good genes offending people who are fat and lazy could not be more hilarious, because it's like, you're literally, that should be your moment. That should be the time when you're like, wait a second, they're now rewarding people for having good qualities rather than uplifting unexceptional people. Wait, okay, now it's time for me to put down the fast food and actually make something of myself, right? Because when you got patched, when you being put up on billboards just for being fat, which anybody can do, was no longer in favor, and now you had to get put on a billboard for being skinny, which not everyone can do. That should have been your time to say, oh shit, I have to lock in. Not, wow, this is unfair. It's like, no, they just made it back to default settings. Like, what?
Alt-right dog whistles and whatnot, but it's like, or she could just be proud of her genetics. Like,
also, it's so funny when people say that it's an alt-right dog whistle. Like, take that phrase out of it. What that actually means is saying somebody has good genes and that they're white and skinny is like a good thing, right? I would consider being white and skinny to have good genes. That is simply a fact, right? I think being black and skinny is good genes. I think being any race and skinny is good genes, right? And if you are looking at that and then you think that that's eugenics or Nazi propaganda, you've inadvertently shown that the Nazis are not like that crazy, which is like a funny thing for you to say, you know? Saying that, wait a second, the Nazis supported this, but it's also being shown up in modern society as a signal that this is something that you should desire. Damn. So what are you saying, the Nazis are like actually very normal? Like, that's... Oh, wow. Well, look at the corner you've backed yourself into.
I don't think that's a bad thing to say.
Like, you're making the Nazis sound like not even that crazy, you know? Like, you have to understand, the more shit you compare to Nazis, where it's like, this is the normal stuff. If Sydney Sweeney started gassing Jews, then maybe I would see some parallels, but you're making the Nazis sound a little too reasonable here.
If you're blonde-haired and blue-eyed, are you just not supposed to be proud of your genetics anymore? If anything, that's kind of racist against her.
I really wasn't going to weigh in on this.
Oh, great. Did you guys hear that? She wasn't going to weigh in on this, so we actually don't have to hear her opinion. Thank God.
That's awesome, dude. It's also like people who complain about this, who say like, oh, like, you know, I feel like that image we saw of the fat black woman flipping off the Sydney Sweeney billboard. It's like, you just know that's the same woman who goes home and demands that her man is like over 6 foot tall and makes six figures. It's like, okay, so you're like a eugenicist as well. Like you try to survival instinctly, or based on that, you know, filter out good and bad genes like height, right? You're trying to reproduce with someone who has desirable genetic qualities so that your offspring have the same thing. So it's like, you have the same exact shit going on.
God. No, I'm just kidding. But why does she say that like we already know who this is and she always gives her opinion or something? Like this is like the guru of womanly opinions. Guys, I know you've been waiting for my godsend of an opinion, but I wasn't going to weigh in on this.
But here we go. It is so difficult to grow up as a person of color, specifically a woman, and view yourself as beautiful in any sense of the word growing up in this country. I remember growing up in a predominantly white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture, take my name, if it meant that I could wake up blonde-haired and blue-eyed, never having to explain who I am. Or
that just sounds like you're jealous of white girls growing up. I get like when you're younger in your teen years, it's like there's identity crises and all this stuff going on, but usually when you're an adult, you grow out of that and get over it and usually don't bring this kind of stuff up as like an argument as to why Sydney Sweeney is a racist.
Worry about being accepted. That is why this American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is especially off-putting. There's a lot of rhetoric right now online about the political ideologies that this represents, and I don't discount that, but for me, I can't help but think about the 13-year-old brown girl who gets all her denim at American Eagle, who already struggles to see her beauty and worth in a world that continues to value white, Eurocentric beauty standards, which I naively thought by this point we would have moved the needle on. And this girl is now wishing she too could wake up with blonde hair and blue eyes.
You know, they say that advertisements target women and children because that makes up most of the consumer base. And it really shows with this. This woman says that she wishes she has blonde hair and blue eyes because of the Sydney Sweeney ad. Oh, but I bet this woman was real happy when Jersey Shore was real popular back in like 2012 because she looks just like everybody on that cast. Also, what do you mean that you thought we've moved on from white Eurocentric features? Like, are you not allowed to be proud of your heritage and be proud of your features now if you have blonde hair and blue eyes?
It took me so long, too long in my life to look in the mirror and see beauty. And I hate that continues to be a shared experience for young brown girls in this country.
I don't know. I think it's a little bit different. You know, I will agree with her on some point. You know, the whole blonde-haired, like, girl being pushed out in, like, Hollywood and, like, TV shows and stuff, maybe when she was a kid, was a thing. But nowadays, you don't have to worry about that, dog.
Right.
Like, I don't think one Sydney Sweeney ad is going to, like, displace all of the DEI.
It's a fucking jeans commercial. Like, it's not that bad. Like, we're talking, you're literally saying that, like, little Indian girls are gonna be, like, hating the way they look because Sydney Sweeney is selling pants. Like, what the fuck are you even? Aren't they watching like Cocomelon? Like, aren't they like on their phone like scrolling TikTok? This is a commercial. You're mad at a like, just don't buy it. I don't understand. Like, this isn't like entertainment. This isn't like, oh, a new show that everyone's watching, and that if you're not watching it, you're basically out of the loop. Features this white woman who says that she's racially superior, and yeah, bro, every little Indian girl's watching this. It's a fucking commercial. Like, I don't understand. You just don't watch this. It's not meant to be entertaining. It's meant to be like, it's meant to get you to buy something. It's a call to action. Like, this doesn't have a score on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't get it.
Inclusiveness that's been going on over the past 30 years. Like, trust me, this ad isn't going to make it so that young brown girls aren't able to look at other role models that look similar to them and be like, yeah, I look pretty like them. You got mental issues if this ad did that much damage to you. I'm sorry to say, but it's the truth. That isn't the first time I've seen somebody have jealousy over a white girl hair. What's her point? Like, yes, insane. I know I have extensions, fake hair in, but under all of it is thick, beautiful hair. This has got to be fake, man. I want to say that this caption was added on later, but for what purpose is this person recording the other person's twirl with their hair? While we're on the topic of hair, did you know that black people are trying to gatekeep hairstyles? And no, I don't mean like those Chinese
yeah, Rich Brian.
These guys that are like getting perms and stuff to make their hair look like genuine black people hair. I'm talking about just white girls getting braids.
Do you think me wearing braids is cultural appropriation?
Yes, definitely.
Why do you feel that way?
Honestly, because it's a hairstyle that black people created, and it's a
Well, obviously it is cultural appropriation, but the issue is that it doesn't matter. Like, it can be labeled that because you're taking something from another culture that isn't yours and then wearing it, but the problem is that there's no issue. So just say it's cultural appropriation, but then just be like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Like, you know you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, white rappers, Jack Harlow, that's cultural appropriation, right? But does anyone care? Like, no.
Expensive for you to have it on your head.
How is it offensive when cultures were meant to be?
You see, that's the issue. The issue isn't that it's cultural appropriation. The issue is that she's saying it's offensive. Like, that's brain damage. It's not offensive at all.
Be shared?
No, not that one. That's a hairstyle that black people created. That's something that we should be only wearing.
She says this while she has straightened hair, like the irony. The white girl has braids and the black girl has straight hair.
So then shouldn't you not be wearing wigs?
I could wear whatever the I want to wear.
So then I can wear what I want to wear.
No, you can't. That's a black hairstyle.
This gotta be staged. Now, her
No, yeah,
reaction
this is
was a
staged.
little... It seemed like there was some bad acting going
Probably.
on there. Even if this is acting, though, this is based off of real interactions that people
True.
have.
That shit is ugly as We wear that shit.
It's braids.
Take that shit out now.
Are you being for real?
Take that shit out now.
Okay, what's your problem?
Take that shit out now.
We're dressed in the sort
But
No
take
way.
that shit out now.
I think it's the same girl, but I don't know if this one's fake or not. The other one seemed pretty fake, but this one, either she's a good actor or she's just having a moment, a fatigue moment. Oh, and this doesn't just happen to real life people. This happens to video game characters too. This one chick on
no.
Twitter got doxxed because she gave her Animal Crossing character Afro Puffs when they thought they were called space buttons. I remember this going down back in 2020, but luckily there's a Reddit post that documented basically everything.
Oh, no.
On November 20th, 2020, Twitter user Fifi posted a picture of her Animal Crossing avatar to her profile. The picture shows her character innocuously sitting in the house with emphasis placed on her new hairstyle, described by Fifi
is
as
insane.
cute space buns. The post quickly grew in popularity, gaining tens of thousands of likes over the course of a few days. However, not all of Fifi's fellow Animal Crossing fans were happy with the picture. In particular, they criticized the character's hairstyle. Why? Because as these users claimed, Fifi's character did not have space buns. The hairstyle was actually modeled after Afro Puffs, which is typically sported by black women. And
I don't
Fifi
know.
and her character are Caucasian. Many people
Right.
did not like the idea of a white character being given a hairstyle that they believed was made for people of color.
Hey, these aren't space buns. This hairstyle was made for people of color, so they had more hairstyles in the game after previously having very few, so please respect this hairstyle. Isn't for you to wear. Have a nice day.
And they were quick to show it as the post grew in
Dude.
popularity. Fifi was blasted in the
This is
comment section,
retarded.
accused of racism and cultural appropriation. As summarized by one commenter, stop using
How is your biggest problem the fact that somebody had a hairstyle in Animal Crossing? Get a job, you're poor. You make $5 an hour. You're on government programs. You're on food stamps. You're starving. The only food you eat are Doritos. You will die alone. You will die at a young age. Like, this isn't me being mean. This is me accurately like predicting your future. I'm not a fortune teller, but I don't have to be to know where you're headed, bro. This is so insane. Like, again, cortisol spike. I can't be watching this. It's bad for me. This is why after recording this, I'm going to the gym, because after having this much cortisol induced, I have to lift in order to take this out of my system, in order to counteract the negative force this has done to me. This is chemical warfare. All this is chemical warfare. These are bots designed by Palantir in order to make me a weaker man. I swear. I'm actually not, like, that can't even be too far from the truth. Like, Palantir is designing these bots to get so successful at rage baiting people about contentious topics like race, fatness, sexual orientation, in order to cortisol spike young men and stop their body from producing testosterone. That's what's happening. Literally. Fuck Palantir.
black hair
Fuck
if you're
Peter
white.
Thiel.
Not willing to stop there, a few users also attacked Fifi for
He's a
using a
demon.
non-standard font in her username and bio, claiming the unusual font is ableist towards dyslexic people. That's kind of a off topic, but what the fuck? In the following days, Fifi received messages of both support and hatred from other Animal Crossing players. Some sent her fan art and complimented her character and home decor, while others hoped for doxing, encouraged others to mass report her account, threatened to kill her dog, and told her to unalive herself
Wow.
via private messages. All this over
Will you wear space buns to my
kill
funeral?
her dog, and told her to unalive herself via private messages.
That's hilarious.
All this over a hairstyle in a video game that's ambiguous.
That's
it's a
awesome.
Japanese game. Like, there is a hairstyle in Asian culture
True.
that looks similar to this. But I'm
Oh,
sure
true.
there's some sassy black fat woman behind the screen hearing me say that right now saying, nuh-uh, that shit our culture. You can't be using that shit. But
I honestly fully understand black guys who go for snow bunnies. And if you're a white person and you're upset that black guys are dating white women, you have to understand we gotta offer some of them up, okay? To all my brothers that are watching this, I'll have you know, white women, you're good. You got the pass from me, okay? If I see a white guy with or a black girl, a black guy with a white girl, I'm like, you know what? You're good, bro. Matter of fact, I'm happy, like, honestly, because it's like, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, say anything, but it's like on Twitter, so, you know, they're the loudest, okay? And so I get it, all right? Snow bunnies, I'm with you.
But the story doesn't stop there.
Not that white women are, you know, universally good either. I think everyone has their problems, but listen, all I'm going to say is like, shit, bro, it's like, I'm trying to be as straightforward as possible. If you can't read through me or if you're going to look for something that I'm saying to get upset about, then just write your comments already. All I'm saying is if I see a black guy with a white girl, I'm just like, I understand. Okay, that's it.
The aftermath. Fifi, meanwhile, didn't fare well from the attention. Though she gained hundreds of new followers and tried to brush off the criticism, retweeting fan art of her character and taking more in-game photos, she was ultimately doxxed by other angry players, meaning her real-life identity and private information were exposed online, and she subsequently set her account to private. I mean, all this over a screenshot of a video game of a girl using an ambiguous hair. Apparently, Nintendo made a comment saying in-game content such as clothes, hairstyles, etc. are meant for every human being no matter of what race, age, etc. So a person got attacked by a bunch of black people on the internet for using an ambiguous hairstyle, claiming that this hairstyle is for black people only, but it's okay though because this happened during 2020 when racial tensions was all high in America.
Right.
And you know, it's just a funny shitpost now, so you know, it's nothing serious, right guys? Haha. Anyways, I bring to you more overweight black women that are claiming racism where it doesn't belong.
Where's the ticket?
My mother-in-law has it.
What?
My mother-in-law has it.
You better get it. We're gonna go. Let's go.
So this woman got into the Universal Studios amusement park and is claiming that she doesn't have a ticket because her mother-in-law has it.
Right now it's at theft of service, so let's go.
I'm at that for service.
Right now you are. You're in a park that you don't have a ticket for right now, so let's go
I'm
over
trying to
here.
figure out why this man's stopping. He keeps trying to stop me from somebody. I ain't even come.
So she's trying to figure something out, but I'm trying to figure something completely else out. How does a woman this big sneak into an amusement park?
Listen,
So
sir,
walk on your own.
I don't need to go in the office. If you want me to leave, I can
No,
leave.
right now you're in a park you're not supposed to be in.
I have a ticket. My
Then we're
mother-in-law
gonna go
has
take
my
care of
ticket.
it. But for now, we're gonna go in there.
No, I can leave out
Listen to me.
until my
I've
mother.
given you a lawful
She's
order.
pretending to be on the phone.
So this is how you know she's lying. If she was telling the truth, she wouldn't mind getting detained until her mother-in-law came with the supposed ticket that she has.
And she's
but the
now
truth
running
is,
away.
there
Well,
is
she's
no
walking
ticket,
away.
and she snuck in.
Christ, this racist ass bastard. Put this shit on.
And then, yes, after being arrested,
Wow.
she claims that the officer is being racist. Let's
That's not
move on
good.
to this woman who, yes, is also very large, black, and a woman. If you couldn't tell, there's definitely a theme going on to this video. She's claiming that all white people are racist, and then directly below it, she has her PayPal so you can give her money. This has actually been a meme for about 10 years, and I didn't know
This
that
is
there was a
awesome.
video
I actually think
attached
this
to
is
it, but
tough.
turns out there's a 50-second clip
Oh,
that goes
no.
with this meme.
All white people are racist.
I want to donate to her.
So I put this up because I really want any white person in the room to know up front that this is what we're dealing with, that it's not going to be this coddling of white tears and what that looks like. We're not going to discuss, oh, maybe some of us have worked it out. No, you're always going to be racist, actually. So even when you're on
Let's
your
go.
path to trying to figure out how to be a better human being, because I believe that white people are born
Wow.
into not being human.
Did she just say that white people are not born into being human? That's one of the most racist things I've ever heard.
That's awesome.
Like that actually,
Yeah, I'm born as a
instead of
goat.
people of color and black folks being dehumanized, that actually everyone is dehumanized off rip with
Holy cortisol spike.
That y'all are born into a life to not be human.
Yeah, you're
and that's
sub
what y'all are
5, bro.
taught To do, to be demons.
You don't have
Okay,
good
yeah,
genes.
if you're gonna say that white supremacists are evil, then sure, yeah, but that's not what that says. That says all white people are racist. Not all white people are white supremacists.
White people invented
if they
PayPal.
were, you wouldn't be in this room giving a speech to a bunch
If you really wanted to send it home that you're a black person who is going to hate white people, you would have been using Cash App. Hey, bro, what's your Cash App?
of white people.
That's what you would have
So in
done.
this particular way, white people are all racist.
What?
Like this is the equivalent of putting like your Bitcoin address. You know what I mean?
How did you even come to that conclusion? A white supremacist.
Which, by the way, I mentioned this in a previous video. Any Bitcoin millionaires, type in pickle in the comment section. I want some money.
Think that other racists and people of color aren't as superior. So in this way, all white people are racist. This lady just came in front of a bunch of white people, said white people aren't born into being human. They're taught to be demons. And you guys are also all racist.
Right.
And I'm supposed to take somebody like this serious? Ireland is full.
Yeah, this is kind of the dream build, though. If my shoddy ain't built like this, I don't want her. That's what we call a lot of women.
Racist. And I'm supposed to take somebody like this serious? Ireland is full. I haven't seen somebody of my skin complexion in 72 hours. Just because you haven't seen a brown person in 3 days doesn't mean that Ireland isn't full. Also, is it really that surprising that you went to Ireland and only saw Irish people? Apparently so, because Billie Eilish got the same backlash. You know how people from the outside can't tell the difference between a Pakistani, Indian, Sri Lankan, and a Bangladeshi? But inside their group, they can tell the difference.
Yeah.
That goes the same for white Europeans. Polish, German, Irish,
Swedish?
French, all these people, Italian, all these people,
Right.
if you put them next to each other, they can tell the difference between each other.
That's true.
Now, yes, there is a lot of similarities between them, especially when they're right next to each other, kind of how like Scottish and Irish is, which just happens to be the exact mix that Billie Eilish is.
Yeah, I mean, she got canceled for saying that she went to, yeah, I mean, just play the clip.
To see a bunch of people that looked similar to her.
Well, as you guys know, I'm Irish, so it's cool to be here. I am not from here, obviously, but it's really cool to come somewhere and like everybody looks exactly like you.
I don't think that's racist. If this was any other race, then people wouldn't say this is racist.
Right.
But for some reason, when you're white, this is considered racist. Crazy statement to make as a white woman. Did you hear that, guys? It's
I don't know. I mean, they said the same thing for Sydney Sweeney. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Bitcoin millionaires, you know what to do. See you guys all later. The generational run continues. Goodbye.